Welcome back to Local 3 News. Joining me via video chat is Ryan Greenlane, a pharmacy manager at Aspirus, and today we are discussing what people need to know about over-the-counter medications. And so, Ryan, what is that?
The issue is that because they don't involve, you do not have to get a prescription from your doctor to obtain these products. A lot of people do have the misconception that they are safe to use without guidance from a healthcare professional. And certainly there are areas and times that they can be used without having to talk to a healthcare professional. But they do not have to be proven safe or effective when they are put on the market. And so there are a lot of caveats and things to think about before you take them, especially if you're taking them for the first time or don't have experiences with them.
What are some steps and tips people should consider with over-the-counter meds?
So one of the most important steps is, of course, to make sure you're using the product for what it's intended to be used for. So cold and flu, pain relief, things like that. You want to make sure that you're reading the label for how often you're allowed or should be taking it and what dose, whether it's 1 or 2 pills at a time, and how frequently in terms of the hours, every 4 to 6 hours, things like that. And there will also be things on the label that say when you should not use the medication in certain health conditions that you have, or maybe even if you're taking other medications as well. You want to look and read for all of those things and, of course, follow those directions specifically.
Why is it important to discuss what over-the-counter medications you are on with your doctor?
These over-the-counter medications often can interact with the different conditions that you might experience, as well as if you're on any medications that the doctor has prescribed for you. Often over-the-counter medications, and especially herbals to be specific, can often alter your medications you're being prescribed by your doctor. And if your doctor or pharmacist do not know that you're on these, that can impact the therapies they're giving you.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Ryan?
One thing I will advise people, especially going into cold and flu season, is that a lot of these products do have the same things in them. Somebody might take a cold or flu product and it may have Tylenol in it. And then someone will say, well, I have a cold and a flu, and so I'll take this cold product, but I also have a headache, which is part of the cold. And so they'll say, I'll also get some Tylenol as well, and they'll take the cold and flu product with the Tylenol, and that cold and flu product already often has Tylenol in it. And so by taking the two at the same time, you're getting more than you probably should be at that time.
Thank you, Ryan.